What's up, guys? Today, we're gonna talk about someone I don't really like and who I think is very, very overrated as a director, and someone that really just shouldn't be anywhere near DC. And his name is James Gunn. Now, if you don't know who James Gunn is, he is most notably for directing Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all he has going for him. And those films have a lot of uh, holes in them and flaws that I will get into later in this video, but he, in my opinion, is a very, very overrated director. And who's also had a long history of saying pedophilia shit on Twitter. But we will talk about that later. Now, my biggest issue with James Gunn and his directing style is that he can never have a serious moment. And if he does for some reason have one, it is always interrupted by a shitty joke. Not even a funny joke, just some like 5-year-old level ha 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 toilet humor shitty joke. You know, that's not really actually funny. It just all it does is completely destroy the seriousness of the scene and any like actual engagement that an older viewer might have. And here's an example of what I am talking about.
Relieve us from this irksome confinement.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with the walking thesaurus on that one.
Do not ever call me a thesaurus.
This was a part of the film where they were in a life and death situation and they're sitting here fucking cracking jokes. So, you know, like when you're about ready to die, you start, crackling jokes, because that's really good for a film and really good for engagement. And it's totally not childish or stupid. There are dozens of examples I could just pull from this film alone, which was Guardians of the Galaxy 1. And to me, I don't know why anyone thinks this kind of writing style is funny, or really anything in the MCU for that matter. Like, what's wrong with the movie just being serious and engaging, right? Like, and not having to hear stupid shit, right, nonstop. Oh, ha, 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 that's funny. Oh, ha, ha, a gag, and none of them are ever funny. If it was at least like edgy or something, it would be funny. Like an actual joke, like something you see on Family Guy, but it's not like that. It's just shit. It's not funny. It's not relevant. It's not relevant to the plot. It's not relevant to me. So why? And James Gunn is one of the worst people that does this, but he's not the only one. But he's probably one of the worst. Where it feels like every 15 seconds in his movies are fucking joke. Even like in the most serious moments and the most like, it's just the worst times you can think of. And it would be one thing if it was a comedy movie, because that's where that's supposed to be. And, but these aren't comedy films. These are action / superhero films. So, like, I just don't see where it takes a place. Where this takes place. Like, it's just not necessary. And to me, I feel like they're either trying to market these movies to 5-year-olds. Because these are the only people that I could see these jokes being funny towards. Or, like, I don't know. Because it's not funny, it's not mature humor, it's not relevant, it's not topical, it's not it's just stupid. At least he's not doing this with the DCU, right? Now, if you made it this far into the video, you'll realize I'm not going to sugarcoat things or pretend something's better than something is. And I'm not going to, try to say it in a way that's going to not offend people. My videos are here to offend people. If you think this writing style is good, it just isn't. I'm sorry, I have to tell you. The MCU isn't good for the most part. It hasn't been good in years. And it's because of people like Taika Waititi and James Gunn, who basically everyone just decides to mimic. Because, their writing styles and jokes and shit make their 5-year-olds go crazy. And spend a bunch of money on merchandise and stuff. And so, yes, it does make them money, but it makes terrible content for anyone over the age of 12. So, so I'm going to be very critical of these movies. Because I'd rather have actual content that's worth watching and worth my time. And I just really hope they just stop with this writing style. It's horrible. And I cannot believe they're choosing James Gunn, of all people from the MCU, to lead it. Like, I think the only person worse would be Taika Waititi. And that's just because he's like, he doesn't even, he just does what James Gunn does, but worse. So I could go on and on and on about his writing style and why it isn't good for a superhero movie or any of it. But now I'm gonna move on to who James Gunn really is, and in my opinion, why he shouldn't be near any film, in my opinion, at all. Here are some of these unsavory tweets that James Gunn has tweeted out over the past, and he was actually temporarily fired for these for a little bit. And then for some reason, after saying these horrible, disgusting things that I don't know how you really come back from these, by the way, he's now he was able to work on the rest of the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, and then for some reason he also gets to now do DCU. Now I'm not gonna read any of these. These are all fucking disgusting. Like, honestly. And I mean, like, it's one time if it's one weird tweet. Like, I get that. But, like, you don't just get to say something like this over and over and over and over again. And this type of context. And should be able to get away with that. It's like, okay, you make one racist joke. Okay, you're probably not racist. You do it over and over again. Yeah, you're probably fucking racist. I don't, like, it's weird that you're saying that. Like, just, these kind of tweets are weird, and these span over years. Goes to 2010, just from this little compilation, all the way to 2008. So, 2 years of just saying this shit. So, again, no idea why this guy has a career. It's really kind of disgusting. Personally. And disappointing. That type of behavior should not be tolerated anywhere near a superhero franchise that has little kids watching. And in my opinion, especially not towards a fucking franchise as holy as Superman. I just think this type of character should be nowhere near it. It doesn't represent it at all. And it's just weird. It's just weird that this guy is even around still. And yeah, his writing is terrible. His jokes are bad, and he's not even funny. So it just makes no sense why they couldn't have gone with like any other director. Like, sure, you didn't want to go with Snyder. Okay. You had Nolan, you had Raimi, you have fucking I don't know, anyone that directed the MCU. Like, all of these people would have been better, and yet you choose this guy to lead your fucking DCU. The most incompetent, one of the worst directors, overrated, unfunny, one-trick pony, has nothing of any value. He can only do he can only do funny, like, skit funny haha videos. He's done nothing else. So it's just a complete shame that this guy is running DC. And from what the Superman trailer seems like, it doesn't look good at all. And it just seems campy, cheesy, probably going to be filled with jokes. Pretty obvious that it is. I mean, like, it's just sad. And yeah, that pretty much wraps up this video. Anyways, restore the Snyderverse. And that's it. This guy sucks.